Good morning, Tom.
Morning.
Tom, this is a pleasure for me to talk to you about your painting that you did for Art Aloud. And I have a poem that I wrote to go with it because Art Aloud is in recognition of National Poetry Month in April, every April. And Art Aloud is specific to Colorado Springs. And there are four venues this year where the art that is gathered together with the companion poetry in Academy Frame. And then there's a show that's hung in Academy Frame, and that's where your art is hung, and at three other venues in town. And so I wrote poetry for you and for three other people, other artists. And so today we're recording things that you'd like to say, and then I will ask you about your art. So let's just start right in. And it is the 22nd of April, 2025. So, Tom, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up?
I'm from Lyndhurst, Ohio, and went to elementary school, junior high, high school in Lyndhurst, and then I went to two other high schools. One was Gilmore Academy, and
Now, was that in Cleveland?
yeah, Cleveland area,
Cleveland area.
east side of Cleveland.
Okay, okay. And your dad had a business, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that
he
was
did.
the food business?
Yeah, wholesale grocery business.
Wholesale grocery business. Okay. And I know that you worked some of the time part-time there. And where did you develop your interest in painting? Was that when you were young, or did you pick that up later?
I'd say the last two high schools I went to, I did painting as a major subject.
Okay.
And then I'd say about 10 years ago, I just wanted to get back into it. I wasn't into it for a while, so I wanted to get back into it. And I enjoy it for, well, I'd say people request certain paintings, and it's, I think, a positive, healthy pastime. Also, I like all the colors.
Well, sure. Do you use acrylics mostly, or oil, or?
Acrylics and a little bit of watercolor pencils.
And your canvases are always the same size, right? You prefer to have it uniform.
Usually 20 by 16, but sometimes I go just a little bit smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I noticed that sometimes now you're painting on a black canvas.
Yeah.
That's kind of different for you, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's something new. I just did Bird of Paradise on the black canvas.
Okay.
And
And this particular one, I call it Electric Ladder.
mhm.
Did you have a special name for it yourself? Do you name your paintings usually?
No, I really don't, but it was kind of a lightning strike, and it's like a ladder, and with the double helix and lightning, and they're wonderful works of nature of God.
That's so true. And I think this might be a good time to to read the poem, I'll read the poem that I wrote to go with your art.
Oh, very
And
good.
it's what I do is take the visual images that I see. I don't usually even interview you, the artist, in advance, because I'm just writing my own take on it. And in your particular poem, I saw Jacob's ladder, the biblical imagery, and I really liked that. And then also things that grow, because even though, yes, I see that lightning, I see the lightning strike in it too, but there's a viney kind of feel to it as well, and even some bone that I notice.
Yeah.
So I didn't ask you permission to write what I wrote, but I think, since you've read it, you don't mind it.
Oh,
Kinda
it's
goes
fine
with
with me.
Well, that's good. That's good. So let me go ahead and read the poem that I wrote, and then I'll ask you, do you have a copy of it, right?
Yes.
I just gave to you. Do you want to put it out there and then you can read along? And then then when I ask you about it, you can bring it to mind. This is called Electric Ladder for Tom Lombardy. Jacob must have seen a flash of wings, feathered language, heaven's ground, up and down the rungs of John's electric words. The course of lightning edges neon steps, requirement of creation. Salvation leaning onto, against the wall around the garden. Pardon forking through an Easter egg, dyed original aqua on azure. Noisy angels traipse up and down, invisible except in heaven's visionary dreams. Barbs caught along the wires by future's fire, lines full of history. Curses misunderstood, while righteous elaboration streaks silver white, platinum from earth to sky. Rooted too in cobalt airy dreams, dawn reminds horizons to awake, handsomely arrayed with light below and so above. Growing things can't help themselves, glowing green is their simple, crucial singularity. Design unravels as imaginary vines reminisce on bone and spine. String theory ties the mind to mind. Witless entanglement, our distant understanding crouches, glancing side to side. Conscious, curious, without knowing why, tethered only by the sky. Conscious, curious, without knowing why. Trustworthy, but how required impossibility, endless requiem. Belies banality, unless rebirth is more than fear's display. Sound's signature recorded sideways. Besides, the image may be reversed, untethered noose, hanging, swinging across a face, featureless, halo outlined by loss. Was Judas a traitor or facilitator? God knows what the resurrection cost. Right side up will tell. DNA, double helix, sky to earth, and earth to sky.
Very good, Judy.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. So, you and I talked before about Jacob in the Bible and Jacob's ladder, and these angels. I wish people could see a picture of your picture and they can. It will be posted online also, and it's on display at Academy Frame through the end of the month. If anybody would like to, can get by and take a look at it. But, you take a very simple image that's pretty abstract, and then you kind of I wove the poem around it. So there's the biblical factor, and salvation, and the angels, and of course Easter just was, so I wrote this just before Easter. So the colors, and you mentioned your enjoyment of a lot of color too.
Yeah.
So, and then this on this picture, it is reminiscent of a flash of lightning, and it looks silver white to me and platinum, and it goes up to sky, and the earth is not in your picture, but it's certainly implied. So is there anything in particular that stands out to you in this poem? You mentioned the double helix already at the end. Tell me about that, about the double helix and DNA.
Yeah, that's a building block, a protein molecule for us. And lightning has a similarity between it.
That's true. And there's a little ladder
Yeah,
in the double helix,
yeah.
and so that goes along with your poem. And you and I are not the only ones who have noticed
Oh,
a comparison between Jacob's ladder and the double helix. There are other writers who have noticed that, those who are looking very closely at the Bible, and they think, what I've read anyway, they think there's some kind of an intuitive knowledge of DNA that Jacob may have had. And that's the cool thing.
yeah.
So, now, Tom, is there anything else that you'd like to mention about this poem that you want me to talk about at all? Or do you think I've covered it?
There was one part I had in there. A lot of it's bluish, and you put in there rooted too in cobalt airy dreams. Yeah, that was very good.
Well, your blues are really pretty phenomenal in that painting.
Thank you.
And so I really like the aqua colors and azure, and that reminded me of eggshell blue, robin's egg blue. That blue of your choice of color is really pretty dynamic.
Oh, well, thank you.
It is. What did you... I was a little bit worried when I wrote that one stanza because it's kind of negative. Besides, the image may be reversed, untethered noose hanging, swinging across a face, featureless, halo outlined by loss. When I wrote that stanza, when I wrote those words, I turned your painting upside down. You remember how it has that kind of noose-looking effect? It's an egg effect at the top, but when you turn it upside down, it kind of looks like a noose.
My mother told me to critique a painting. Sometimes you have to turn them upside down and see how they are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially something that's abstract, like yours.
Yeah.
And so was that off-putting to you, that part about the noose, or did you just feel like you could see it in there too?
No, I liked it.
Okay.
Sure.
Good. Because then I bring it back around with right side up will tell, and then you turn it right side up again. You can't you can't hang the painting at the same time both ways, but you could turn it upside down and hang it one way or the other for a while. And are you going to sell this painting, Tom, or not?
I don't think so. I usually just give them away.
Well, I
Would you
appreciate
be
that.
interested in it?
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course, yeah.
Sure.
And then at Academy Frame, we have my poem displayed in lucite next to the picture.
That's nice, yeah.
So we could, I'll keep it for a while, and then I'll give it back with the poem. You can hang it for a while. We'll share it. How's that?
Oh, okay.
Okay? All right, that's good. So what are you working on now, Tom?
It's going to be Moses and the burning bush on black canvas.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
What will be your primary colors then?
I would say yellows and reds and oranges.
Color of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you're a musician too, Tom. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I play electric bass.
Where did you pick that up?
I just started taking lessons in 72.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a band in Cleveland. I was their bass player.
Have you played since you've been in Colorado?
With other people?
Yeah.
Just Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jimmy plays
He plays guitar.
classical guitar.
Yeah, he
and
plays 6-string and 12-string guitar.
with one hand.
Yeah, an electric guitar with one hand. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
He plays better with one hand than I play with 6 hands.
Well, some people have that talent.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. Well, it would be interesting to add some of your bass playing to this. Have you ever recorded anything that you've done with the music?
I recorded it on a, cassette.
Yeah, that counts.
And the band had practice about 3 times a week. And the leader of the band and lead guitarist and lead singer, John, and there was Gary, he was a rhythm guitarist and singer. And then John, the other John, was the drummer.
And that was out here
No, that was in Cleveland.
in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, good. I'm glad you're still keeping it up. That's
Yeah.
important. Yeah. Do you usually frame your pictures too, Tom? Or you just let the person who you give it to take care of the framing?
Well, the canvas that I use has a wooden frame on it over the canvas, so you could just hang it from a tack on the wall.
Well, and what we did, because Academy Frame likes to have a wire, so we put eye hooks on either side
Yeah.
and then strung a
Sure.
wire.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can hang it on there.
Yeah.
So that worked just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's really good to talk to you today.
Okay.
And I hope that as this is posted on YouTube, that anybody who looks at it will take a look at your art and my poem that are on the wall at Academy Frame. That would be really nice.
Okay, well, thank you, Judy.
I appreciate it, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
We'll follow up.
Okay.